and welcome. I'm Nathan Newbro, the CEO of the Colorado Springs Philharmonic, and I'm joined by my counterpart, Josep Caballé-Domenech, the music director of the orchestra.
Hello.
We are here at G.E. Johnson Construction Company, one of the great sponsors of the Philharmonic. We're so grateful to them, and we thank them for helping us start the Free for Kids project, which has introduced this music to so many young families over the past 2 years.
Hundreds of them.
Yeah. It's been absolutely fantastic to see all these young faces in the audience, and it's all thanks to G.E. Johnson Construction. So today we are here talking about Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, with the famous Ode to Joy.
What a rare piece, you know, nobody knows it. That's probably the most played piece in the history.
Got to be one of the most famous
Beethoven
works.
5 and Beethoven 9.
Yeah, played today. Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, of course, is his final symphony. Mm-hmm. Talk to us about where he was in his life when he worked on that.
Obviously, he was total deaf, so he couldn't hear anything about what he was composing.
He had lost all of his hearing.
All of his hearing at this point, and as you can read in some letters, you know, the premiere was a total disaster, and the preparation with rehearsals was a disaster as well, just because of he being in his own role. But I like to imagine that in another perspective, you know, in the perspective of what a genius to do what he did. You know, I mean, obviously, all his life he crossed borders. He just did, you know, put music one step further, and he did that with his Third Symphony. He did that with Fifth and the Sixth. He added another movement. But you know, after the Eighth, which is a normal symphony, a short one, with a normal orchestra. I mean, to write this mastodontic piece that it's almost 1 hour long, 4 movements, but the last movement is more than 20 minutes long. That for that time, that was the duration of a normal symphony. Right. So I think it's just amazing. And I imagine that as a singer, you know, I mean, you have to be seated for almost 50 minutes or 45 minutes waiting to sing, and then suddenly you have one of the most difficult solos ever written. So I think it's, you know, that's really a genius mentality. So.
Right. So of course it calls for full orchestra, four vocal soloists, and a choir of voices.
Yes, it's a very big orchestra. I mean, for the time, obviously, and as you said, 4 soloists. Which it's very interesting because Beethoven brought 4 singers not easily, let's put it in this way. So even if their participation in the piece it's not very long, it's extremely difficult and find, you know, a very good tenor and to find a very good mezzo that can sing actually what's on that piece. It's not an easy task to do. And then he used a full chorus, all of them only in the 4th movement. So the first 3 movements are like orchestral alone, you know, and he changed actually the order as he did in other symphonies. So it's the first one, which will be the long and the sonata one, and then the second one, who should be the slow one, then he changed and he puts the scherzo, so the quick one. Then comes the adagio one, and once, let's say, your mind is peaceful and you're kind of, okay, let's go to the last movement, then you have this movement which is actually it's a symphony in itself, because if you analyze this last movement, it has actually lots of parts that could be divided in 4 different parts that will have the same kind of feeling, you know, exposition one, then a quick one, a slow one, and then at the end like a very explosive one. So actually it's like 2 symphonies putting together into one big symphony.
Right. And of course the famous Ode to Joy.
Yes.
Which is, I think everyone knows it. Don't worry, I won't sing it. But it is so.
We're expecting you to do it in German, you know.
Absolutely. In the shower.
Okay.
But it's just a great example of the power of a great melody. Yeah. And what a simple tune. Yeah,
tune is simple, but the text is not simple at all. And what goes behind the text, you know, Schiller, obviously it's not simple at all, and it has a really important meaning.
Talk to us about that meaning.
Ooh, it's a lot of things to say, you know. I think this obviously Ode to Joy, it talks about the people, it talks about the personalities, it talks about the world. I think you can see that text into different levels, and you can go as far as you want, basically. So, and I think that's the greatness of this music, that even if it's the most played piece or one of the most played pieces, you will never get tired of it because it goes beyond anything expected.
Well, we look forward to this fantastic performance. Thank you so much. Yeah. And we'll hope to see you there. I'm Nathan Newbro. This is Josep Caballé-Domenech here at GE Johnson Construction Company. We're with the Colorado Springs Philharmonic, and we invite you to hear the orchestra live. You can find out more about the Philharmonic on Facebook, on Twitter, and lots of other places. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.